Good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're able to join me this evening. My name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. I'm going to give a moment or so to get everybody on board here. So let me bring up my iPad while we're waiting. First off, I need to turn the volume down because I don't want to hear myself. Find me. All right. When you come on, please say hello so I know that you're here with us. And if you're out of state, please tell us where you're from so we can kind of get an idea where everybody is. It's kind of fun to keep track of everyone. I'm just going to give it a moment here for everybody to get here. I might have came on a minute or so early. Like I said, my name is Debbie Foster. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas in the United States. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And we're going to be doing 3 cards this evening. If the time allows us to do all 3. I've got everything pretty well prepared, so I'm hoping we can get through all 3 before it's too late. Looks like my iPad's doing the same thing with the pausing of the video, but it's only showing on my end, I believe, so we're just going to carry on. All right, let me go ahead and turn y'all down here. We'll get situated. Get our lighting all going right. Close your eyes if you get dizzy, if you have motion sickness. This is really out of whack here, and I don't want to tweak it too much. Get some lights going. Let's see if I need to zoom it in any. Make all my adjustments. Like I said, be sure you say hi so I can recognize you. Let me see how that looks. That might be fine. Which way I need to go, maybe that way a little bit. No, I think that made it worse. Bear with me. I think we need to go this way. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Light's glaring right in my face there. It's crooked to me. Might be my phone that's crooked. It looks like it's ready to pop out of my holder. So I don't want to mess with it too much. I don't need everybody to fall on the floor. Okay, we're just going to leave it as is. It doesn't look too bad. Like I said, be sure you say hello. I don't know that you're here. As I said, I'm Debbie Foster. I'm creating Cards with Debbie. It's the name of my Facebook page. And you can shop in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And the September host code is 3GH324Q3. And you want to use that code if your order is under $150. And if you need to email me with any questions, you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And my blog address is www.creatingwithdebbie179.blogspot.com. And you can go on there and you'll get all the dimensions and directions to the cards that we do. Okay, getting kind of a shadow there. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe I need some more lighting over here. Okay, we're gonna leave it as is. Okay, the new paper pumpkin for September is called Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin, and you can sign up for that starting September 11th until October 10th. And what it is it says, picture a peaceful Christmas with the Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit with shimmering silver snow, heartwarming holiday wishes, and seasonal shades of ravishing red and gorgeous green. You'll be supplied with what you need to whip up a sparkling winter scene. Brew a cup of cocoa, snuggle up with a soft blanket, and prepare for a cozy craft night in. The kit includes enough elements to create 10 elegant Christmas cards and coordinating envelopes. It's your creative kickstart to Christmas card making. It arrives in an enchanting evergreen box, and it coordinates with products from the Peaceful Place Suite collection, which is item number 156277. So if you have any questions on that, in the description of the video it has my paper pumpkin address that you can go to sign up for that. And I'm just trying to see if there's anything that we're missing. The kit comes with everything that you'll need. All you'll have to furnish would probably be your scissors and maybe a liquid adhesive if you like. But everything is in there. With your first kit, you'll also receive an acrylic block, so you'll be all set. It comes with a stamp set and all the elements that you need to do the cards in. So, paper pumpkins are always so much fun to look forward to each month. Alright, and during celebration, which is still going on until September 30th, so you've only got a couple weeks left. So if there is anything in the book that you hadn't received yet, be sure that you get an order in as soon as possible. So far, I haven't seen anything going on back order or low inventory, so but that could change at any time, so you don't want to wait if you want something that's on your wish list. So we've used quite a few items out of here already, and I don't think we're using any of them tonight. Oh yes, we are. We are using one stamp set. We're going to be using what is it called? I'll have it here in a minute. It's not the sheath. It's the textures and frames. We're going to be using that tonight on one of our projects. So you can get that free with a $50 order. And also during celebration, it says join my team, and you can pick a free bundle free. So for your kit, your kit will cost you $99, and you pick out $125 worth of product. But on top of that, you can also pick out a bundle, a free bundle, and the highest price bundle here is $60.25. And plus you'll be getting a free paper pumpkin. So altogether that's like $207 worth of product that you can get for just $99. And you don't have to necessarily do what I'm doing. You can just do it to get your discount, which would be on your first order after your kit, you'd get a 20% discount on all your following orders. So that's an added incentive. And who doesn't want a discount on our Stampin' Up products? It makes it even better. So I think that's all the news I have. Yeah, I think that's it. So we can go ahead and get started here. And our first one is going to be a fun fold, which is called a book fold. And we've done the book folds before, but I hadn't used the turtle on a book fold yet, so this is the first. So it says, "Happy birthday," and then you're totally loved, which is cute. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on that. I'm going to show you how I did that, because all these are a different section, and then it's got the black background showing through the center of it. So it's just a little bit of extra there. So we're going to start with our instructions out here, get our stamps and everything. And we're going to be using the Turtle Friends stamp set. I'm not using the punch, but this does come with a punch you can get as a bundle, and you'll save 10% on the two. And then we're going to be using the Artistically Inked stamp set. And I'm going to be using this smudge stamp right here for our background. Set those aside. And the inks that we're using is going to be the Soft Succulent and the Cinnamon Cider, and plus the Black Memento ink. Alright. So we're going to start out with our card base, which is the Soft Succulent, and it measures 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and we're going to score that in 2 different places. So let me get my paper trimmer here, and we're going to do some scoring. I've got my tripod kind of in the way, so I don't want to bump that. Okay, so we're going to score it. Make sure I got my paper going the right direction. Yeah. We're going to score it first at 5 1/2 inches. Get our cutting blade on the way. We don't want to cut it. I have done that before. Who's done that before? And then we're going to slide it over to the 4 1/4 inch, and we're going to score it again. Alright, so we set our paper trimmer aside. And I'm going to bring in my bone folder. We're going to burnish those edges really good. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. I thought we were going to get some rain, but I don't know if it's going to pass us by. It kind of looks like it wants to, but you know how that goes. We don't usually get it when we need it, and we do need it. We got 1.5 inches last night, I think, was what my water gauge, rain gauge said. So that was good, but we could use more. Our pond is drying up pretty good. Okay, so here's what we call our book fold. It's got a 1-inch binding on the side. And we're just going to set that aside because we're going to do our stamping next. And so I'm going to get my bits and pieces out here. And we're going to use our piercing mat because we're doing photopolymer stamps. So I've got a piece of white cardstock. We're going to start with our stamping on that first. And that measures 3 1/2 inches by 3 1/2 inches. It's a square. And we're going to bring in our Black Memento ink and stamp our turtles. So we're going to be using a larger turtle and the smaller turtles. There's 2 small ones. So we'll go ahead and get those stamped in. And my video is doing the same old thing where it says video interrupted. I think it's only on my side, so that's good. I'll just kind of ignore it. So we're going to stamp this little turtle, the big turtle, in the center up towards the top of it. 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 paper, cardstock. Okay, got a hair there. And then we're going to do our little turtles at the bottom. And I think I might have stamped the little ones afterwards, so we're going to wait on those. But we can, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and stamp the turtles. little ones. And I'm going to kind of judge here where they need to be. I'm going to put that one going that way. And then we've got another small one that's going the opposite direction. And we're going to do 2 of that one. And we'll put one at this side. And I'm going to wait to stamp him again. I'm going to put another one that's following him, but I'm going to cut my papers first because I don't know where to position him. He's going to be on top of the other one if I do it before. So we'll do that afterwards. So I'm going to come in with my blends. We've got the soft succulent blends, the light and dark. And those are the only blends that we're using on this project. So we're going to start with the dark, soft succulent, and we're just going to color the turtles. So I've got the dark. Yes. I was just looking because I do his tail with the dark also, so and just toenails. Her toenails, her, him. I guess it could be either. But it could be the mama because of the 2 little ones. We'll say it's a girl. And they're saying we might get some fall weather next week, the middle of the week, so we'll see. We're still pretty hot yet. We're 89, 90s, so fall hasn't found us yet. So we're going to color the rest of all of the turtles with the light succulent blends, Stampin' blends. We're going to do kind of a restful evening this evening. We're not going to get too anxious about anything. We're just going to kind of be a laid-back evening. So, I just want everybody to enjoy themselves. Have y'all had a chance to do any stamping this week yet? Any projects? I'm not seeing any comments. Where's my comments? Oh, there they are. Okay. Hi, Deborah. I'm just seeing that you're on. I just didn't have my comments before. Yeah, glad you could come. Hope you're doing well. I'm just doing some coloring here. And trying to keep up a conversation. It's kind of weird because I'm talking to myself, so sometimes it's kind of hard to carry on conversation with myself. But I have been known to talk to myself though, so I guess it's kind of normal. Okay, so we got that one colored, and we're going to color the other 2. Had to run to Walmart earlier. We picked quite a few pears off of our tree, so I'm going to be canning pears tomorrow. That's going to be my project for the day. We got a lot off the tree this year. I think it's probably the best it's ever done. We had pruned it back last fall. I guess that's when you prune them. But I think it really helped because it really bore a lot of fruit this year. And the deer were after it, so Sunday after church we came home and we got most of them picked off that they couldn't get to. Oh no, Deborah, is your internet acting up? Maybe if you go out and come back on, it might be okay, I hope. Huh. Good old internet problems. Always a joy. Okay, so we're going to take the large turtle shell, and we're going to be using the cinnamon cider ink pad. Well, hopefully my internet's behaving. Other than it going off and on like it has been doing, I think it's doing okay. But everybody said that they couldn't see it. It was just on my side, so I'm hoping that's the case. Still doing it tonight. Okay. And then we come in with the small turtle shell and we do the little ones the same way. Gotta kind of put my head over the top here, so I hope you're not seeing the top of my head while I'm doing this. See all my gray hair. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside for now because we're gonna be using that again. And I'm gonna come back in with my trimmer again. And we're going to cut this in 4 pieces. And those 4 pieces will be 1 3/4 inch each way. So I'll put it at 1 3/4. And we're just going to cut right down the center of that turtle. And then we'll do the other ones the same at 1 3/4 inches. And kind of set them so I don't mix them up, so I don't have wrong parts going opposite directions. Alright, and same with that one. Okay. Alright. Oops, get my lamp. And go the other direction with it. Alright, so now we can stamp that other turtle that we didn't stamp. So let me get my ink again. And I'm going to stamp her following the other turtle. So it won't give the whole body, it'll just give the front portion of her. And back with our blends and color her. We'll start with the dark. Do her toes. And the rest of her with a light soft succulent. I need to have some jokes or something to tell. I don't even have any. I did find my magnet bowl though that we were talking about last week, but I don't think I'm using any dies tonight to be able to use it, so but it's there if I need it. Got puppy hair there. Alright, we're going to stamp her shell the same as the other ones. Okay. Alright, I need to put them back up here because we're going to stamp some grass also and some hearts. So we got the grass and we're going to do that in a soft succulent. Did I lose Deborah? I think I lost her. Okay. And we're going to stamp a little bit of grass under his toes. And same over here. And a little bit on the edge there. We're going to put some over here. And some right there. Okay, close that up. Well, I need to get my hearts. Do the hearts. And there's 3 little hearts there that are really cute. And we're just going to put those right above the baby ones. Okay. Alright, now we can start assembling our card. Close these up. So I've got 2 black ones that measure 3 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and one's going to be our inside for our card, and then I have another white that's going to be our inside, which measures 3.5 by 3.5 inches. So we're going to set that aside, and we'll do that at the end. We're going to do the front of our card first. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal. And our ribbon, which our ribbon comes from, it's out of the annual catalog, and it's the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. And we're going to be using this gingham, and it's kind of a soft succulent, but it's a little darker. I'm not sure what shade that is, and it don't say on the package. It's really, really close. Okay, but first off, we're going to decorate the front of our card base. And we're going to get a scrap of paper to put underneath me so I don't make a mess. And we're going to use the splotches, ones that came out of the Artistically Inked. And I'm not going to do the back side, I'm just going to do the front side. And we're just going to go around the edges with it. And on the seam too. And I think I want to put a little bit on the edges. Okay. We don't have to worry about the center because it's going to be covered anyway with our matting. Alright, we got that. Hi Jackie, glad you're on. And we're going to take our ribbon, and I'm going to close my ink pad so I don't get my ribbon in that. And I think I did like 23 inches of ribbon. I think I'm probably there, should be plenty. And we're going to wrap that around our book binding, and we're just going to tie a bow. And I find it best to tie a knot because I'm trying to keep it in place. And we can always mess with the bow afterwards and get it how we want it, but it gives you an idea. Now we're going to open this up and we're going to put our Stampin' Seal on the inside. And I'm going to put another one right there just to help hold it. And the ribbon is kind of bulky there, so I want to make sure it fastens down good. Well, it does. We're looking good. Alright. It's kind of dark in here, doesn't it? my lighting is dark. I don't know why. Maybe this will help a little bit. Maybe just the dark shadows tonight or something. It looks light on my side, but it looks dark on the camera or on the iPad. And now that's in the way of it. Well, we're just going to continue. Alright, so we're going to take our black matting and we're going to glue that down to the front of our card with some liquid glue. Alright, and just kind of center that on the right portion of the card front. And now we can take all of our little squares and we're going to space them onto the front of that. And just have a tiny border all around it and then a tiny border in between each one. So I want to leave just a small edge all the way around. I'll be putting this on YouTube probably tomorrow, so be sure that you hit that subscribe button, and that way you'll be notified of any new videos that I post. And I try to do one a week, so Monday or Tuesdays usually, so unless I have to change it for some reason. But Tuesday's my regular day. Tuesday evenings at 6 o'clock. Okay, so as you can see, there's a border in between and then across the middle and then all around the edges. Alright, so that's the most part of that done. So now we're going to stamp our sentiment, our happy birthday sentiment. And bring my piercing pad over here again, and we're going to stamp happy birthday. I'm using the Black Memento ink for that. And that's kind of too much ink on that one. I just inked up my stamp pad, so it's really got a lot of ink on it, so we'll just stamp lightly. Okay, I lucked out. It looks pretty good. I thought I was going to have a gob of ink there. It looked like it was going to. Alright, and that's going to go up on dimensionals. I'm going to use the small black dimensionals for that, and it might take your pick tool to pop those off. And what y'all have for dinner tonight, or supper like we call it here. I made, it's kind of an easy night here for me tonight, so I just made chicken breast and french fries, so, and green beans. It was good. It filled us all up, so I guess that's all that matters. Alright, so there's the front, and we're going to come back and we're going to add some gems to that too, but we're going to go ahead and continue and do the inside. And that's the same size matting as what's on the front, so same dimensions with the black and the white. So we're just going to center that white one on top, and it needs to go over a bit. Oops, it slid a little too much there. Well, first it slid too much, and now it didn't want to slide at all, so we had to get rough with it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment on there. And I'm going to go ahead and clean off this acrylic block here so I can use that. This is our Stampin' Simply Chamois, and it cleans off our stamps really well. All you do is wet it, and when it gets too dirty, then you just want to run it under the kitchen faucet and rinse the ink out of it, and it's good to go again. And it's almost too short for that one, so. And this one says, "You are turtly loved." And I want to stamp that to make sure the ink isn't too much on it. And I'm just going to put that up in the upper left-hand corner. I've got ink on my finger somewhere, so I got a smudge there. We'll come back in and clean that off with our ink eraser. And we're going to stamp another one of our little turtles and make sure I get them going the right direction. Yeah. It's going the opposite direction, but that's okay. And we'll come back in with our blends. We'll color him real quick. Start with a dark, soft succulent, do his tail, his toenails. And then come back in with the light soft succulent and color him in. Are y'all having a good week? Okay, and then we're going to come back in with our little shell. We're going to stamp that using the cinnamon cider again. And that's how I got the ink, because I took the turtle off using my fingers when it had ink on it, so that's where I got the black ink. That's one where I got it. And of course I had to smudge it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to glue that to the inside of our card. Alright, and center that. Oh, and I need to put some grass in there too. Let me get that back on here. And give them some grass to walk on. Okay. Those are my ink pads. Alright, make sure my fingers are clean. Alright, so now we need to find our gems, which are over here. I thought I'd taken them out, but I guess I didn't. And we're using the Genio gems. pick up here a little bit as I go. We're going to be using the smaller, that's the medium size. We're going to put one there, one there, and another one here. I always do things in threes, or odd numbers anyway. Okay, so here's our card. Happy birthday. You are turtly loved. So that's our first card. Let's go on to our second card. And move all these out of the way. Alright, so here's our second card. Get my instructions. And like I said, we're going to be using the textures and frames, but we're also going to pair that with the hand pen Petals and In Your Words, which this is a Celebration Hostess stamp set that you can earn with a qualifying order. So let's get started. Here's the outside of the card, and then here's the inside. It says, anything is possible. Life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. And that's an understatement, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to start out with our card base. Is the Bermuda Bay, and it measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and it's scored at 5 1/2 inches in the middle. And I've already done that, so we're just going to hold our card. And here's our bone folder. Furnish that really good. Now, and be sure that you like and share the video also on Facebook, and also share it on YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube. And be sure that you do hit that subscribe button. Alright, so we've got different layers here. We're going to have one layer is the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and that's 3 5/8 inches by 4 7/8. No, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm jumping the gun here. I got ahead of myself. So that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we have our black that measures 3 5/8 inches by 4 7/8 inches, and that's going to be our mat on top of that mat. And then we have our basic white that we're going to be stamping on, and that's 3 1/2 inches by 4 3/4 inches. So we're going to go ahead and do our stamping before we start attaching any of those down. And I also need my piercing mat over here, because we're using photopolymer again. And I'm just using the little brush stroke out of that stamp set. So we're going to alternate colors. We're going to be using Bermuda Bay, whoops, and Coastal Cabana stamp sets. So we're going to start out with the Bermuda Bay first, and then the Coastal Cabana. And we're going to clean our stamp in between each stamp that we stamp. So I need to bring my Simply Chamois out here. So we have that up and ready. Alright. So we're going to start out with the Bermuda Bay. And I'm just going to stamp it right in the middle. And clean that off. And then I'm going to alternate it, turn it. And then we're going to use the Coastal Cabana, and we're going to stamp right next to that. And we clean it off again, and we alternate again. We turn it around, and stamp the Bermuda Bay. Clean it off, alternate it, ink up the Costa Cabana again, stamp it, print it, Bermuda Bay, and we'll clean that off again our last time, and we'll turn it and use the Costa Cabana. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the edge. And I might as well clean it while we're doing it. Alright, that's all the cleaning I need to use that for. And we can close up our stamp pads, ink pads. And then we're going to come in with our flower that's out of that hand pen Petals. We're using the larger flower, the outline. And we're just going to use the black Memento ink to ink that up. And it just gives the outline of the flower. I don't want a solid image. So we're going to put that going right here. And I'm going to hold that down there and press really good so it gets saturated. Alright. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment, which says anything is possible, and that's out of the hand pen. It's this one right here. We're going to stamp that up in the upper right hand corner. Okay, looks good. So let's go ahead and grab our inside white, which is it measures, is that the same size? No, it's a little bit smaller. I think I grabbed a smaller one than what I need. No, I think I used the wrong one. I was supposed to stamp on that one. Oh goodness, I grabbed the wrong one, so we're going to have to cut this down. I don't want to stamp it all over again, so we're just going to do some improvising here. We're going to cut this down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. 3.5. By 4 3/4. We're not cutting a whole lot off of it. It's a little bit of the leaf, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Alright, now I need to grab another inside, which I've already got some already cut here. I like to cut some of these ahead of time and keep on here. It saves a lot of time in cutting. So we're going to take that. That's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Yeah, and we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside, which is life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. And we're just going to stamp that right in the center. Cover up our ink pad. Make sure I don't have any black ink on my fingers. Alright, so now we can start attaching this all down. And I'm going to start out, I'm going to glue first the white stamped image to the black mat. And I'm just using my liquid adhesive. If I would have looked at the back of this paper, it says inside, I would have seen that. But I didn't turn it over. My fault. All's well. Alright, and the ribbon that we're using is probably one of my favorites right now, is the black and white gingham ribbon. Which is really cool. And this you can color with your blends also to change the white portion to any color that you want. I've seen some use it, make it orange and black, red and black. So the sky's the limit. It's whatever blends you have that you want to change it to, you're able to do that. So we're going to put this small strip of ribbon, which measures, I don't have a ruler on this side. It measures 8 inches. And we're just going to place that along the bottom portion of our card front. We're just going to use our Seal Plus to put some adhesive on the back side to hold it. Oh goodness, what's that doing? Okay. And I'm going to turn that around so I can see where I want it at. Sticking to my fingers good. Well, I'll get it in position, then it moves on me. Alright, that's good. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to our Coastal Cabana mat cardstock. And it's going to have a little bit of an edging going around it. And then this gets glued to our card front. Hope y'all don't mind staying on a little bit longer this evening. Our next card is going to be a Halloween card, and it's really cute. It's using the Clever Cat stamp set. So I'm hoping that you can stay. If not, just come back and catch the replay. It'll be on Facebook, and then tomorrow I should have it downloaded to YouTube. Probably sometime in the afternoon. Alright, so, and then we have a little bow that I've already tied ahead of time. We're going to place that on there using some glue dots. And I need to put it in an order for glue dots because I didn't realize I was running so low here. Because I've been using more than I realized. Okay, and then we've got the black matte dots. We're going to place 3 of those on the front of our card. And I'm going to put the larger one, is going to go right in the center of that flower right here. And I'm going to take 2 more, and we're going to place up in the corner, kind of cascading down. Alright, so here's our second card. Anything is possible. And life's full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. Okay, that's our second card. Let's continue to our third card. Let me move these out of the way and get our one over here. And here's the Halloween one. It's a fun fold. I guess you call it it's fun to play with. Can't quit doing it. It's a trifold. That's what I was trying to think of the name. Alright, so we're going to start out with the stamp set we're using is the Clever Cats. And I've got everything already cut out and everything, so it should be just assembling it, so it shouldn't take very long at all. I want to show you what I'm using for the dies and such, but we've already done the cutting up. Don't lose my little bowl here. I guess we will have to do some fussy cutting, but it won't take us very long. The card base is where? Where's my card base? Oh. We're using the Blackberry Bliss, and it measures 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're just going to fold that in the middle. Or if you wanted to score it, it would be at the 4 1/4 inches. We can fold it over. And then we're going to fold the back side back again, or you can score it at 2 1/8 inches, but we're just going to fold it back. And we'll burnish that edge. Bring it over here and get a good crisp edge on there. Okay. So we got our Z-fold. And then we've got, I need to put my card over here so I can see what I'm doing. We've got 2 panels that measure 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and those will go on our panels right here, one there and then one on the inside. And those come from the Regal's 6x6 Designer Series paper, and that's double-sided. So we're going to go ahead and glue those down. And I'm just going to keep a small border going all the way around it. Yeah. I need to pull it up a little bit. I feel like I'm all thumbs. Only on camera. Okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to do the same on the other side, on the back side of that panel. I'm just going to open it up so I can get them aligned with each other. Alright, and then I've got a white for the inside, and that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to go ahead and stamp our images on there. We're going to put a spider and our sentiment on there. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring our mat back over here real quick. And we're using just a black Memento ink. And this is the spider web, so we're going to put that on the left-hand side so we can have our spider hanging down from that. Ooh, I don't like that kind of smudged. Let's try that again. That's better. And our little spider is right here. And we're going to have him hanging from that spider web, like so. And our sentiment is going to say it's Halloween, so we might as well go ahead and stamp our inside sentiment. And then we can concentrate on the outside. And I'll put that right about in the center. Okay. Alright, so here's our inside. We might also go ahead and glue that down. Go to the inside of our card. And I'll line that up with the other ones also, so open it up so I can get a good view. Alright, so here's the inside. And we're going to finish assembling here. We've got our little circle. This is the circle from the, I've got to move the stamp pad out of my way. I'm going to stick my arm in it. It's the circle from the layering circles dies. And this is the second to the largest circle that we used to cut out the moon. And I cut that out of, was it crushed curry? It's the cardstock color. And then I cut out a black scallop, and I used the scallop contours dies. Yeah, the scallop contour dies, and that's the second to the largest one. I am using my metal magnetic dish here. You can probably hear the clanging. And then I've got another mat that I cut out of, this is the Rich Razzleberry. It's real close to the Blackberry Bliss, so it's really close. And that came out of the stitched rectangles. And I believe that was the second largest one also. So we're going to go ahead and glue our Rich Razzleberry to the black. And then I'm going to glue our moon to that. And I'm going to kind of put it centered, but I'm going to put it up a ways, more towards the top. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to stamp our cat and the broom. And the cat we're just going to do with the black memento ink again. And stamp them right there. And then the broom, we're going to use the cinnamon cider to stamp that with. And just grab here. We're just going to fussy cut these out really quick. It won't take very long. Alright, there's the broom. Need some Halloween jokes, I guess. Maybe next week I'll have some lined up. Alright. And then we need to stamp our sentiment. I guess I used that. I thought I had another scrap here. Which it says, my tail says, it's the witching hour. Twitching hour. Alright, so we're going to fussy cut these. I'm going to put my scissors. There they are. Cookie, going to get her ice cream? Go get your ice cream. No, go ahead. Cookie has her own special ice cream that's it's for dogs. It's peanut butter ice cream. She loves it. Well, if you weren't able to catch me live this evening, I'm hoping that you are able to catch the replay. And even on the replay, you can still hit the like button and the share buttons. That helps me tremendously. Facebook likes that when we do that. It gives us more viewerships, plus it has something to do with their ratings too, so it's an added plus. And be sure that you get your order in for your celebration items before they're gone. It won't be long. It'll be September 30th, and we won't be able to get them anymore, so I don't want anybody to miss out. If you have any questions about anything, you can just email me or private message me, and I'll be glad to help you. Alright, so here's our cat. She's going to sit right there. We're going to put the broom underneath her. So we're going to cut the broom out really fast. I'm just leaving a little white edge going around everything. So it's not really hard to cut out. And my video is still doing that flashing on and off, saying video interrupted. It's got to be something to do with my iPad, probably. Okay, we're just about finished here. Alright, so here's the broom. We're just going to set that along here. Oops, have it going the right direction. I'm going to add some glue to the back. And I'm going to position it a little bit of an angle. Because they don't fly the broom straight. It's always at an angle. And just going to sit on the broom. Okay. And now we're going to stamp some bats on there. The stamp set comes with 2 different sizes of bats, but I'm going to use the smaller one. And I'm just going to do 3 of them up here. Okay. And we're just going to attach that to our card front. And you're just going to put glue on the one side. So that would be on your left side. And then attach it to that side panel. And we'll just let it stick there for a moment. Close up my ink pad. And we'll cut out our sentiment. We're just going to fussy cut that out. We're just going to put that at the bottom. And we're going to add a little bow at the bottom. My glue dot's back out here, and I just want to get a small one. We're going to roll it in a ball. And place our bow on top of that. And I did a triple bow, and I'm using the linen thread, which is in the annual catalog. Alright, so I'll close up my glue. And we've got those black mats again. And let's open this one. I don't know where I had the other one that I had open already. I'll just use this. And I'm going to use the small black mats. Put two in the corner up there, and another one. I think I'll put it right there. So here we have our card. My tail says it's the twitching hour. It's Halloween. And before we know it, it will be here. Let me trim these tails off a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that's our cards for this evening. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me get them all out here so we can show. Kind of clean up my mess a little bit. Make some room. Alright, let's see if I can get all these on camera view. So there's our three cards that we did this evening. Two fun folds, the book fold and the Z fold, and then a regular card base. So I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you'll share with your friends, and I hope you'll be back again next week, which will be Tuesday, September 21st at 6 p.m. Central Time. I look forward to seeing everybody. And if there's anything that you might want me to do, let me know, and I'll try to see what I can come up with for some ideas, whatever you've been wanting. Any stamp sets that you're kind of stuck on and don't know what to do with or whatever. I'd be glad to figure out something for you. I'm going to let you all go. Y'all have a good evening. Everybody stay healthy, stay safe, have a good week. Get some stamping in there if you can this week. And we'll see you next week. Bye.